delighted that we are at this juncture to start what I think will be a mutually beneficial relationship, because my knowledge of the Gleaner is that it was long before I was born, and the history, the archives should have just about everything to do with the Premier League and every league that has been played in Jamaica. So the history of what has happened with our football is very important to the youngsters coming up to know from when we've been coming from, the major players, the people who are now even coaching at different levels, the Alan Skillcoles and some things like that. I know the Gleaner has just about everything that we would want printed as reminders and as learning tools for the youngsters. So I'm over the moon about this potential, excitement that the Gleaner will bring to the league. Maybe I'm over ambitious about what can happen for the Premier League, because as I always say, what happens in other countries, we try to mimic the best practices, and the best practices even in Europe started out with a fledgling league such as ours. FIFA has raised the bar in terms of whether we are going to be categorized as an amateur league or a professional league. Our ambition is, and our intention is to be a professional league. So we have had to be raising raising the bar for all the clubs, asking them to comply with FIFA's regulations, because we intend to grow exponentially in the next couple of years.
I think the Jamaican football landscape is one that is poised for takeoff in the new year 2018. We're looking for new partners, we're looking for international brands, and we're looking to make a sudden and long-standing impact. And we think the Gleaner and the Star are the two pillars of which we can build that possibility and get to a sporting sector that is interested, supportive, and looking to get Jamaica back on the world scene in football and back to the World Cup in the quickest possible time. International football has always been based on club football, and hence the premier competition must emphasize the quality of the clubs, and through it, the coaches, the administrators, the players, the supporters, the support staff, and the communities where they come from, to elevate them to regional in the Caribbean, to diaspora, where the Jamaicans reside overseas and are very interested to participate, and then, as Usain Bolt says, to the world, where it really is the final market that we all want to go with Jamaica's football on a club scene, and of course with the Reggae Boys back at the World Cup, hopefully in 2022.
The Gleaner is very pleased to have signed this contract with the Premier League Clubs Association for our sponsorship of the Red Stripe Premier League. We believe the Premier League Clubs Association has done a fabulous job in the past 10 years or so to raise the standard of the competition. The Gleaner's recent redesign of its publication was not only cosmetic, it also has to do with the content of the product. And so one of the facets of this redesign has to do with our coverage of sports, and so we see this association as a mutually beneficial one for the Premier League Clubs Association to ensure that information on the competition itself gets out there in a timely manner and is wholesome, and persons understand exactly what is happening in the league, and as well it's also beneficial for readers who will now have direct access to information from the league. So we're very excited, and we're not only looking at the coverage of the activities within the league, we're also looking at other developmental aspects to the association as well.